So first up is the card system. We have three different types of cards. We have the blue card, the purple card, and the gold card. And we're going to look at how many glyphs it takes to rank these cards up to a tier 4. So the tier 4 blue takes 285 glyphs, the tier 4 purple takes 1,900 glyphs, and the tier 4 gold takes 11,400 glyphs. Now the glyphs you can get are the Guardian and the Imperial. The Guardian is the PvE and the Imperial is the PvP. And it kind of just shows you how hard it is to go from the blue cards to the purple cards and the gold cards, and how kind of pay to win it can get to get those higher tiers. Now the next system that we'll talk about is the card tiers themselves. So the blue cards you can get the tier 3, and the purple you can get the tier 3 and 5, and the gold you can get tier 3, 5 and 8. But looking at how many glyphs it takes to get those tiers is a lot more higher for the higher graded tier cards. So the majority of people are going to be wanting to be going for the tier 4 blue, and then eventually the tier 4 purple, and then tier 5. Okay, so onto the basics of the card system. To open the interface, you press Shift H, and we have 4 different tabs here. The first tab, we can see all the cards in here. We can see the bonus stats that your character's getting from the cards. You can also see the enchantment rating. You can also make this Guardians or Imperial Society. Guardians is the PvE and the Imperial Society is the PvP cards. You can look at the set bonuses that you're getting. Again, these are the PvE cards and these are the PvP cards. So there's a possible 17 cards to collect for PvE, 16 for PvP. When you have 8, you can unlock this one, 12, 17, you unlock these two. Same for the PvP cards. Also, there's a tier rewards that you can get. So as you unlock tiers on the cards, it adds up in total, and you get a few small rewards, eventually leading up to one of the enchanted power stones. And the same for the PvP. Onto the second tab, this is where we actually craft the cards that we want. So you can either use a card that you have and it uses energy at the bottom. That's how much energy you need in total to either upgrade the tier or unlock the card. So for example, the Solemn Spider Scout I don't have. You could either use one of these blue cards, which will give 15 energy, or you can use 15 Guardian Glyphs. So you just put the max in, confirm, and then it would unlock the card for you. The purple cards are using a bit more resources. Again, you could just use one of them, but you need 200 to unlock the first tier, as showed earlier. The purple cards are more expensive, and the gold cards even more so. So that would need 600 glyphs just to unlock the card itself. So then going on to the Trinity set. You have 2 Trinity tabs, Trinity 1 and 2. This could be for your PvE and your PvP sets. So for my PvE set, you can see these stars that just shows you the tier of the card. So I've got a 4-star Solemn Spider Archer, a 1-star Demon Lancer, and just the Servitor's card in here. You can see the Trinity set bonus, which is based upon the lowest level of the card in your Trinity set. So it's going to be based off my Servitors, which is tier 0 basically. You can look at the Trinity sets themselves. I will explain a little bit later what one's the best one to go for. But basically, for PvE it's Frosty Soul, and for PvP you should go for Quartering. The others are good, but it requires gold cards and it's a bit too expensive. But again, I do explain that a little bit later and kind of show you what one's the best ones to go for. Okay, so going on to the purification of the cards, I was recommending you get a tier 4 even on the blue cards. Even though there's only the free set bonus, it's worth getting it to tier 4, at least for now. I'm not sure if it's worth leveling it up to tier 8. I mean, all it's doing is boosting the normal stats. Maybe it's worth it, I'm not sure yet. I haven't done too much testing on it. But at least I know that tier 4 is worth it because of this purification system. Now again, it is only available for your cards which are tier 4. But once you do get it to tier 4, you can roll with these 3 different options. Aurum cost. When you do have a purple card and you're rolling, these costs will be higher. Now, for a blue card, you have a chance to get 1 stat or 2 stats, and for the purple stats, you could get 1, 2, or 3 different rolls, and obviously for gold, you could get 1, 2, 3, or 4 different rolls on these purifications. At the moment, I have this one. When you score a critical hit, you have a chance to get 130 normal skill intensity bonus, which again is quite nice for sword mages, star swords in PvE. But anyway, what you do is you just click the purification renewal. You get something random. You spend 6 aurum. You can either choose it, the old or the new, or you can just click renew again, kind of like the veneration system. Again, pretty much the same one I've got here. The Black Lotus kind of means it's pretty good, and yeah, you can just do that a few times. Parry, magic damage, and then yeah, there's for example a chance of getting 2. It can be quite costly, so it's kind of how much you want to put into it, but yeah, you can get some nice purification effects on here, especially if you've got your purple card up to tier 4, then you can get a chance of getting 3. And I think a really good one is getting 100%, and it just basically doubles the stats that you're getting on the card. Also, the base attributes go up, so if you have 2 rolls, then it's going up by 10%. If you only have 1, then it's going up by 5%, which you can see in the middle, the physical damage, magic damage, and intensity going up from 5% to 10% if you have 2. And remember, again, on blue cards you can only get 2, purple you can get 3, and gold you can get 4. Okay, so I've took a screenshot of the Trinity set, and I've kind of listed them out in terms of whether it's a gold card, blue card, or purple card that you need for the Trinity set. I've listed the PvE and the PvP Trinity sets that everyone should pretty much be going for. You can go for a different one if you are paid to win, but you saw earlier on in the video how many glyphs it requires in order for you to get a gold card. And a lot of these glyphs you can only get through maps for the majority of the game. These two, the Supercell and the 10 HUD, 10 HUD for PvP, Supercell PvE, but again you need 3 gold cards, and again that will be accessible later on in the game, but for the majority of people you should be focusing on these lower end ones. Remember to level the tiers. I would recommend leveling the blue cards first, so get two blue cards in the PvE, 2 blue cards in the PvP. Maybe level each blue card to tier 4, get the purification on them, because the purification is really nice to have for your character. And then at that point, once you have tier 4 blues, then start leveling your purple to tier 3, tier 4, and then tier 5. Okay, so talking about the cards that you actually want for your Trinity set, I've listed out the PvP Quartering and the PvE Frosty Soul. You can see the enchantment type of Soldier, Battle, and Arrival for the PvP Quartering, and I've listed the DPS, what the DPS should go for, and the tanks or the heals, what they should go for. You can see for DPS I've got a 1 and 2, so the first one is just those that are a bit more easier to get, as it has a few blue cards in there. So I suggested for the soldier either the Hungarian Professor, Warrior, or Guard. Just have a read of the stats and see what you think the best 3-step bonus is for you. They're all roughly similar. And then for the battle, Hungarian Scholar is the best one. I think there is no blue version of that one, so that is the best one to go for. And then Arrival, there is a few. I suggest either the Hungarian Songstress, Spellcaster, or Priestess. And for the second slot, there was the Hungarian Warlock, the Scholar again, and the Dark Order Commander. That's just maybe in the future when you've leveled up your blue and you want to then go on to your purples. Those are the best variants to go for. Now, as for the tank and the heal, it pretty much stays the same. The only thing that really changes is the battle, and the Hungarian Scholar changes to a Dark Order Soldier. Just kind of gives you a bit more tankiness there. But again, this is a rough guide for coming from a damage dealer. I don't know every other class, but just my suggestions. And then for the PvE, again, still roughly stays the same. As for the DPS, I quite like the Solemn Spider Archer, as it gives me the normal skill intensity, which is quite good for Star Sword, for Sword Mages. But yeah, the Demon Rider is also good, so again, just have a read, see what you prefer. Snow, I suggest Demon Lancer, as a lot of these PvE cards, they have, when the fights go on for longer than 5 minutes, then you're getting quite nice bonuses, but fights are not often going on for longer than 5 minutes, so I suggest going for the Demon Lancer for this one. And for Frost, Servitors is the best. If you have a read, it's pretty good. And then if you wanted to get a better version, then Witch of the Barons, Demon Lancer, and Servitors. As for the tank and a heal, pretty much stays the same again. Maybe just switch out the Demon Lancer for the Solemn Spider Scout or Corrosive Cypher, or the Flameborn Owl for the high art version. Other than that, it all roughly stays the same, and just have a read up, see what you think's best, but this is just my suggestion. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about where you can actually get the glyphs in game. You can get about roughly 100 of each glyph, Imperial and Guardian glyph, per week. First place you can get it is when the battle rank starts and you get 1-star dashing. You can go to the famous general shop, and in the discount bazaar Imperial Society you can get 9 glyphs from here. You can also go to the grocer and you can buy a chest with 9 glyphs in here. The wording on this is buggy. This should be legendary, this should be advanced, and yeah. You can also go to the Vorash shop where the Imperial War used to be. Click 1 for shop, and here you can buy these with calendula coins. You get calendula coins by going into the rank and getting these chests. You get calendula coins opening these chests. So you can buy 5 of those a week for 8,150 coins per week, each chest. You can get 5 of them. Again, these have 10 glyphs inside them, which are the Imperial ones. You can also go to the War Medals and you can get 10 of these, 20 of these, and this usually gives you about 15. But at the moment we haven't got our new Imperial War, so these are currently unavailable, but in the future we will be able to buy these and get around about 150 per week in total with these. And I believe that's it with this shop. Then you can also go to the Oskif Spirit shop, which is just down here. And this will also be shown in the Pet Cultivation tab, but for now you can get 20 Imperial Society glyphs here, also the Guardian ones, and also another 9 here, and same with the Guardian. You can buy these for spirit points. You can get spirit points here by pretty much selling anything to the store. Even if you want to sell a mark, then you're getting 80 spirit points. You can pretty much sell anything, but try and sell cheap stuff like your Moonshade fragments or your tear beads, something like that. And that's getting spirit points to buy these tokens with. So that's it for the Imperial glyphs that you can get. For the Guardian, it's pretty much the same. That spirit shop we just showed. You can also go to the grocer over here. And you can get one here for 9 glyphs. And you also get about 80 glyphs from doing the new dungeon. So yeah, in total you can get about 100 of each glyph in just from buying these chests. You can also get the glyphs from doing pay-to-win maps. From one map you can get 166 glyphs, Imperial or Guardian. So that shows how pay-to-win the maps are. If you get one of those glyphs, then that saves you 1 to 2 weeks of progress for your cards. But also that does show you how difficult the card system is in general to rank up the cards, especially if you're going for those higher tier purple or gold cards where you're needing hundreds if not thousands just to rank up one tier. So yeah, everyone should start off with the blue cards as recommended and then the purples, but this is just showing you where you can get them. Just to end on how you can get the cards and the glyphs. In terms of looking up the cards in the auction house, because you can buy them here, go to attribute item and enchantments, search, and all the cards are listed here, just in case anyone didn't know where to look on the auction house of where you can buy these cards. That second page. Okay, so now on to the pet cultivation. Press Shift G to go into your pet tab. You'll notice a few new icons here. Now the first one is just kind of like a expedition. You can do this daily. You just require these items, one of each, 2 of these, and for example you just submit one, do this one, and this one, and then you can go into your home, and once that's done loading, then you talk to your NPC. Spirit Realm Expedition, you can put your pets inside. You can see your reward percent is 117% to get this. You can dispatch it 3 times a day, costing that much notes. You just dispatch, and it's basically just giving you a reward to do that. So that is what that tab does, and when this is finished loading, going back into Shift G, and these are done. So next is the actual pet cultivation itself. You have 4 different tabs, each one requires a certain amount of points to open the next one. And basically these require spirit shards, so the Oskif NPC, which is this one here. Press number 2 for spirit point shop. And you can either buy them for spirit points. You can get 200 a week from just spirit points, which as mentioned earlier you can get by selling items to the store, or you can also spend some notes, 10,000 for 10 of these spirit shards. So it's quite expensive. Hopefully you've all saved up your notes from the guild, and then you go into your pet cultivation tab, and you can just level up through the wheel as much as you want. In terms of knowing what pet is giving you what stat, you can go into the pets themselves. For example, my dog, and you can click on the wheels and you can see that it's getting protective shield, support, stat bonuses, support here. For example, my Astra, protective shield, support, protective shield, or you could go into your Saihua, and that one's getting assassination, archer, protective shield. So you can see what pets are getting what bonuses from the pet cultivation itself, and you can level them however you wish. A good way, if you can buy out or the shop throughout the whole week, I quite like getting the parry one, which is quite good, especially if you're using a dog pet with all the correct skills. So that is recommended to level up this pet cultivation, because it can strengthen your pet quite a lot and give you a lot of might on the leaderboards itself. And everything else has stayed the same. We have got 2 new pets, 3 new pets. We have Sky, we have the Dragon Yuzhang, and we have Ania. Okay, now onto the new skill. Press K, go into your special skills. You'll see that each class has a new skill. Some classes may be on the other side. And to unlock it, we need 10 of these special skill chapters and 50 of these Grandmaster Focus Scroll 2, not 1. So you can get the Grandmaster Focus Scroll 2 by doing your daily class quests. You can also get the chance of rolling for the scroll by doing these class tasks. You do 5 of these and then you obtain this and you have a chance of getting the scroll. Same for doing your class focus. And you can also buy 2 of them from this shop. So you can get 2 a day and you have a chance of getting another one. Also going back to this shop, if you do have enough class level, then you can buy another one of these. So you have 3 chances a day if you have a high enough level. I don't, but if you do, then you have 3 chances to get another scroll. So 2 a day take you about 25 days to unlock the new skill. But I believe it's a 3-star skill, and that is what everyone's trying to get to at the moment. Okay, so now on to the class focus. You can go to the Vora shop where the Imperial NPC used to be, and you go into shop. So the first tab, you can buy them for calendula coins, which you get by doing weekly PvP events. You can also go to the army coins and buy the focus peel for army coins now. And if you haven't already, talk to this guy. And number 2, if you had any Imperial fealty left over, then you click on this guy and you transfer your fealty to army coins. That's a good chance of getting a lot of army coins. What you can also do, if you go to your class focus, which they've kind of implemented a catch-up system into this. So as you can see, my average cultivation level is 15.4 and the benchmark is about 25. So what they let you do is use this mixed element focus pill, and it's saying I can use about 5,700. I've got 4,200 left that I could use this week in order to catch up. So where you can buy these for is the Osgif NPC. So if you go here, and I believe it's the second tab at the bottom, you can buy these for bronze shards. So it is quite expensive, but if you want to catch up in your class focus, then you can buy these mixed pills, and then you can just, for example, on the Sword Mage one, go here, use one. It's in my resources tab. Take them out, and then if you reopen the page, then you see I have 728. So going on to this one, then you just use all like you would normal focus pills, and it's a good way of catching up to people who are a lot more higher up than you. So definitely do that if you want to improve your stats and make yourself more tanky and being able to kill people a lot easier. Okay, so this is the Imperial Wargames. This boss spawns at 10 on the server time on Wednesdays and Fridays. The first boss is always spawning here, the entrance to Sidus, and then after 5 minutes you get a second boss which spawns either in Sidus, Max Citadel, Misty Hollow or Stonefall Pond. Now your guild is getting points based on whether you first hit the boss, last hit the boss, how much your damage you're doing as a percent, which you can see on the right hand side. So yeah, it's based on that. Now I believe on Wednesdays you don't, the Slayer's not turned on, it's not forced on. So you could just PvE the bosses and no one could Slayer each other. Or you could stay in your PvP and just try to DPS the boss, not going Slayer and get any Slayer value, just stay in Peaceful. But on Fridays, Slayer is forcefully turned on for everyone, so it's just a nice PvP event. Okay, so lastly, just onto a few other small things. Firstly, they've implemented a quick equipment scheme, so you can swap from PvE to PvP really quickly. All you need to do is go into your set up your PvE setup with your basic attributes and also your PvE skill schemes, and then you go into your equipment scheme, and then you do quick sync, and then it'll sync up all the items that you have, and you can see what one it's syncing up here. You can also do your Tree of Wisdom and all these other things that are listed here, and then you do the same for your PvP, and then it allows you basically just to one-click equip and for example equip this, and then it changes fully into your PvP setup. So that's a really nice feature that allows you just to swap a lot quicker. It doesn't do the badge as far as I know, so you do have to still change the runes yourself. But it is a really nice feature that I'm quite happy with. Another thing is the cash shop exclusive bags. So if we go into here and exclusive, I believe it's great value giveaway. So these bags are new. They have a few good things in, like for example this one that I bought has the Guardian Glyph times 15 twice. Also you have a chance to get a random elite, which is really nice to get. Also the leader, so a purple or gold, but you do get a blue and 30 glyphs as well as the few other divine delve, so I quite like that. I do recommend that bag. There is a few other good bags. You have a chance to get in a rune case from this one. This one you get the new pet, the Yu Zhang. You have a chance to get a 3 or a 4 as well, and also a chance to get an ultimate skill key chest. And then obviously you got 2 others as well to get the ultimate rune case, and this one is a chance to get the angel wings or the rainbow stag. So they're quite nice bags. I definitely recommend buying this one, and it's up to you guys whether you want to spend more on buying this one, or the others. And last but not least, we go into our weekly schedule, and on the Monday there's the Skyfeather Trials. And in case you don't know what it is, it's basically, from what I understand, you go up against the boss and you try and survive and deal as much damage for as long as you can. The longer you survive, the more damage you do, the higher your ranking is, and the more points you get, and the better the rewards you get. There is also a chance that you can ransack someone else's points, so you can join someone else's raid and basically try to kill them, and I believe if you do, then you get all their points. So it's a bit risky in terms of that. You got to be ready to defend yourself if you want to go for the long haul and try and get the points, or you can try and ransack someone else's points and steal all their points. So that's what I understand about the dungeon anyway. But also they've rearranged a few of the schedules, so Starship is no longer Thursday, it's Tuesday, and there's a few other changes in here. Okay, thanks for watching what I think everyone should know with the RO 2.0 updates. Hopefully it did help you guys. If there is anything that you're still confused on, then feel free to PM me in game, Starsky, or you can message me in Discord. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, good luck, and goodbye.
So I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was